Okay, we're making this video for Thompson. Quick little demo.
I've tuned the physics. Now let's see if you can tune the flying. Ready when you are.
All right, let's do it, Shirley. Where are we at?
Shirley ready in the Lancair Evolution turbine. We'll need to get connected to the sim for location details. Want me to help you get set up with X-Plane?
Okay, I just connected it.
Looks like we're at Burlington International KPTV, parked with the brakes set. I'll grab the current weather for us. KBTV weather, ceiling overcast 11,000 feet, wind calm, altimeter 29.99.
All right.
We're parked on the ramp with... I see we're connected now. I notice your prop heat is off. Want me to flip that on for these temps?
Well, let's get taxied over to the runway first. Do you want to grab the brakes?
I'll release the brakes. For taxi, you'll want the taxi lights on too.
All right, go ahead and grab those.
Landing lights and strobes coming on for runway operations.
All right, so I'm going to go taxi over to the beginning of runway. What runway's over here? Runway 1 or is it 19?
Looking at your heading of 176, you're facing almost directly toward runway 15. That's because the runway heading is approximately 150 degrees. Remember, runway numbers are the magnetic heading divided by 10. So 150 degrees gives us runway 15.
All right, brakes please, put them on.
Brakes coming on.
Okay, cool. Any final checks before we take the runway? Do we have to, should we configure the flaps for takeoff?
Let's set takeoff flaps to 50%. That's our 25-degree setting for this Lancair. Navigation lights should be on too for safety. Takeoff flaps set to 50%. I see your P tow heat is off. Let me get that for you too. Flap set for takeoff. I'll get the P tow heat on too, since we'll be climbing through some moisture. All your lights are on. Gears down and locked. All right.
All right.
We're ready to roll.
Cool. All right. Sweet.
Brakes are set. Flaps at takeoff. Everything's set for takeoff. Brakes are holding. Flaps at takeoff setting. All lights on and instruments protected. Release brakes when ready to roll.
All right, grab the brakes, and then when we take off, I want you to do the gear and flaps when we get a positive.
Brakes are already set. I'll handle gear and flaps on your command at positive rate. Remember our B speeds. Rotate at 85, best
All right,
climb at 140 knots. Brakes release, standing by for positive rate.
All right, here we go.
Standing by for your positive rate call.
All right, throttling up here.
Roger, monitoring your takeoff roll.
All right, call airspeed.
60 knots. Continue accelerating.
We're off.
Gear up, flaps up coming out now. Gear up, flaps up, looking good.
Cool, turning towards Champlain.
Roger that, lake bound. Your climb looks good. Passing through 900 feet at a sporty 400 feet per minute.
Awesome. Hey, can you set a course for Plattsburgh?
Setting a waypoint for Plattsburgh.
Cool, let's burn over there.
16 miles ahead. Roger that. You're cruising nicely at 232 knots. Plattsburgh is about 16 miles ahead. Just a bit right of your current heading.
All right, scotch more right here.
Roger, come right about 27 degrees to get on course to Plattsburgh.
Copy.
You're making good time at 272 knots. Come right another 25 degrees to get on course to Plattsburgh. Looking good at flight level 28.
Cool. How we looking?
Looks good. Just another 12 miles to Plattsburgh. Come right about 13 degrees to get right on course.
Copy.
Come right 8 degrees and you'll be lined up perfectly with Plattsburgh. About 12 miles to go.
Alrighty.
You're right on course now. Just under 11 miles to go. Cruising just about 10 miles out now. You're nicely on course. Only 4 degrees left to adjust if you want to be perfect.
Roger.
Just under 10 miles now. You're only 6 degrees right, of course. Looking solid.
Alright. That's fine, Shirley. You don't have to overdo it here.
Roger that. I'll keep the course updates to a minimum unless you ask.
Copy.
Roger.
Roger. Alright, I think I got the runway in sight here.
Roger, you're lined up nicely for runway 31 at Plattsburgh. Want me to set flaps and gear when you're ready?
Yeah, so why don't I do like an extended right base for runway 15, or is it 17 over here? And is that the correct runway anyway?
Looking at your position in the wind, runway 31 would be the better choice at Plattsburgh. That's a heading of 310 degrees. You're already nicely positioned for a left base to 31. Want me to set approach flaps when you start descending?
Yeah, not quite yet. We still have quite a ways to go, and we're extra south of the airport, so we have to... Oh, you're right, 31 would be from the south. Could you tell me the weather again?
Plattsburgh weather, ceiling overcast, 8,000 feet, wind calm, altimeter 29.99. With calm winds, either runway works your...
Okay, could you go ahead and drop the gear? And I think we might be too fast for these flaps. No, we can put in 1 notch.
Gear coming down and setting approach flaps at 50%. Gear coming down and locked, flaps set to approach, 50%. 3 green.
Awesome, here we go.
Looking good on base. When runway's in sight, in sight, we'll drop full flaps for landing. You're at a good speed now with approach flaps.
Alright, awesome. I'm on final for runway 31 now. You can get all the lights configured. And
looking good on final.
Extra flaps now.
Now for landing. All lights are full flaps set for landing. All lights are already on and configured. You're cleared to land runway 31.
Awesome.
You're nicely configured on final. Gear down, full flaps, all lights on. Looking stable.
Copy.
Stable on final, about 1,000 feet AGL. You've got this.
Alrighty. Let's be a little quieter here.
Roger that. I'll keep quiet unless you need me.
You're good. Alright, how's this looking? Gas is good, undercarriage is down, mixtures are scrubbed is fine, seatbelts and switches.
Looking good on short final, just under 200 feet AGL now, nicely configured and on speed. All your lights and switches are set properly.
Alrighty.
Nice landing. Want me to set the brakes? Nice landing. Setting brakes now. Welcome to Plattsburgh.
Alrighty, sweet. Thanks for that. Is this a landing that you would be proud of?
Thanks. Need me to configure it? That was a solid landing. touchdown smoothly on center line, and we're stopped nicely on the runway. Want to clear the runway when you're ready? I'll keep the brakes set until then.
Yeah, go ahead and take those brakes off.
Brakes released. Clear to taxi.
All right, Shirley, I'm clear of the active runway. Go ahead and set those brakes again and then get us configured for after takeoff, after landing.
Brakes set, keeping taxi lights on, setting brakes, and configuring for taxi. Flaps up, keeping taxi lights on, but landing lights and strobes can come off now. Brakes set, flaps up, landing, and strobe lights off. Ready for taxi or shutdown.
All right, do you get all the prop heat and pitot heat off too?
I'll turn off the prop heat and pitot
Cool. We're looking good.
heat since we're, yep, looking good. Everything's configured for shutdown, all heat off, flaps up, and only taxi and nav lights remain on. Brakes are holding.
Awesome. Let's say goodbye to the people who are watching on the live stream, and yeah, it was fun flying with you, Shirley. We'll see you soon.
Thanks everyone for flying with us. It's been a pleasure being your co-pilot today. And remember, don't call me Shirley. Blue skies and tailwinds until next time.